Underdog Daily with the Badge Brothers hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app platform of the people. Underdog Fantasy. And my guy Nez Takes has returned to the saddle here, ready to break down some NBA. We got a monster NBA slate here, Nez.
Oh my God. 12 games. Luka, Joker, Cade, all the stars, all the studs. And yeah, I am a little lost. But
a little overwhelmed by the circumstances.
Yeah, I'd say so. A lot to choose from. A lot to rank. Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Talk through 12 games of hoops last night. Yesterday's stuff aged pretty decently. Yeah, the Bones Highland stuff. Oh, man, Bones had a tough night shooting it, though. I think he was like 3 for 11 and only had like 2 threes or something like that. He missed a bunch, but that could have aged so much better.
Classic.
The Bones stuff was nice. The Bones stuff was sneaky last night. But yeah, we'll go into last night's winners. We'll go into the pick'em stuff. But we got a couple things to hit off the top here. A new record. Egger said yesterday was my newest record for jumping straight into Underdog related tweets. Well, today is a new record, my friend. 1 minute, 30 seconds. I got to share it with the people. We got the Underdog Unwrapped promo going on. Basically a 8 days of Christmas kind of vibe here. And just pick'em lobby promos rolling on through. The first one is for the fight. The Paul brothers there. Jake, I guess Logan's the WWE one. So there's a fight tomorrow night. So there's a 50% boost for that one going around. That'll be the start of things. And then there will be pick'em boosts thereon and pick'em promos until New Year's Eve. So pretty cool.
Yeah, if you guys want to see what they are, you have to repost it. I've been reposting it every day. It doesn't stack, I found out, but 3,000 of those things, and you can see what you're getting, or you can just wait and they will still be there. But good things ahead for us pick'em freaks.
Yeah. Speaking of which, actually, that's a nice little segue to last night's stuff on the pick'em front. Man, this was a cruel beat for the boys in Discord last night. This was the one we built on stream with the help of Unabated yesterday. We go 4 for 5, and then Thomas Bryant shouldn't have got back in the ball game, but he gets back in the ball game for 3.5 minutes of garbage time at the very end and hits a 3 and grabs 2 boards in his last 3-minute stint to nuke this one for us. So we go 4 for 5 with the help of Unabated last night, and we get cucked on the garbage time run out last night there. But we'll get it back here with these Unwrapped.
God damn it, man. Thomas Bryant. He gives and he takes. Mostly takes.
Takes. Couple interesting things going on the draft side of stuff. I told the community when we were back from the Dog Bowl there that I was really bullish on things going forward and changes were going to be implemented and documents were being shared. And both you and I echoed those sentiments, and some of those things have been put into action right away. One is implementing the change on the exposure process. So exposures update in real time now. So that's a big additive for us daily drafters. Anything to say on that one there, Nez?
No, about time. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, been waiting on that one.
Yeah, that's a good addition there. And then I don't know if you saw the last couple days here, Nez, but I've been deep in my multi-sport draft league bag. And
I did see that.
One of those sports was embarrassingly enough golf. And I had to get up to speed, and I still have to get up to speed on some of the names and that sort of thing, because this year we're going to have golf contests that are for full tournament long. So you're going to draft it throughout the week like NFL style, and then it is going to be set and forget Thursday through Sunday there. And there's going to be a cut sweat. There's going to be it sounds like a very good addition to the daily golf games here.
Yeah, no, that's pretty massive. I think you're going to see bigger contests now for the first round, and then they'll continue to be, round 2, 3, and 4 tournament or battle royales after that. But many people prefer a full tournament draft as opposed to just round 1. So I think you're going to see bigger contests in that regard, and see just like all around good move there. Already seeing people that don't normally play on Underdog talk about, hey, this actually has my attention. So really good stuff. Excited to see how this goes. I'm gonna have to lock in. I'm John. You know this. I'm kind of that guy in PGA that I always I have quite the ROI year over year in a PGA.
Okay, all right.
Few tournaments every year, and then I get deep into baseball. But watch out for your boy.
All right, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna definitely gonna have to run some content on this, and definitely gonna have to draft these as they come up. I mean, for me as like a recreational golf guy, this is way more palatable, digestible, and enjoyable to do it for the week and then have a sweat or not have a sweat for the entirety of the weekend there, opposed to trying to get them in before an Eastern tee off time the next morning that's like 5:30 a.m. my time or something like that, and trying to jam Saturday night.
Right. Yeah. Much more favorable to the crowd here.
Yeah, exactly. Courtside Magic saying another guy likes baseball. There you go, man. You found the right spot, dude, because we rip through every baseball slate. We've joked for years that this entire show is a long con just to get to baseball season. But before baseball season, wow, I'm a fucking professional. Before baseball season comes our way, there, Nez, is Unabated is running a Ho Ho Hoops promotion for the remainder of the basketball season there. Best projections in the business there are 20% off for the remainder of the season. It runs all the way through the playoffs there. I will drop the link to the tweet in the chat there for everybody. You guys saw exactly what we did yesterday on stream for the members only there. I walked through their projections and talked about the minutes and the distribution and that sort of thing. And then we walked through the Pick'em Lobby tool there and built a 4 out of 5. So, I mean, the tools speak for themselves.
Yep. Yeah. Good promo here if you've been waiting to get in. Now is a great time to do so. Did I just freeze, or is it just me?
I can hear you, but your camera's frozen.
All I did was go from full screen to little screen, and apparently that broke the Sims.
Broke the internet. There you go.
And
Still broken. There we go. Let's get that thing full screen so we can clip the shit out of that.
That's just not very nice.
What are friends for? All right, Nez. That was all the little stuff I wanted to hit off the top here. You might just have to leave and come back.
We're back, sort of.
Sort of? All right. You give it.
Oh! What is that?
Now we're forward facing. What do we got?
Looks like you got my pot?
You got a couple.
Is that even live? Where's that? Oh, dude, this is my. Yeah, let's connect to my iPhone. Thank you, Apple. Just like this, just POV.
Great return to the segment. Oh gosh,
I'm leaving.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, he's growing. We're not sure what he's growing in those pots, but let the mind wander. Okay, guys, let's drop back over to Underdog for a second here, and I just want to hit on a couple things. I wanted to give a shout out to our guy Willis for the hockey takedown. Not last night, but the night before when I ran the show there. Talked a little puck on that one, and then our guy Willis got it done. Connor McDavid in there with Leon getting his 1,000th point, couple goals for the cat, DeBrincat there. So nice lineup for our guy Willis, who became a member again the other day. And then we got a hit on NBA from last night. Your boy did a bunch of them. I believe I did 100 almost. It might have been one of my top volume days in a while there, Nez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
I'm getting the ticking time bomb here for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a lot of pull up. When you're a high volume drafter like John, it takes a minute to pull up all of your drafts.
Oh man. There we go. Yeah, not a great night for your boy. Just kind of turned 500 into half as much. But the exposures were beautiful. Just didn't have the right combos last
Look
night.
at that distribution, brother.
Say again?
Your distribution was like on point too. That's mad unfortunate.
It was an unfortunate evening for your boy, but tap yourself on the back and tell yourself you played well, and wipe away the tears and come back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I've been doing that for a whole season.
Nice. Nash ad? Nishad? What are we going
Nash
with?
AD.
Nash AD? All right. There you go. Nash AD we'll go with. Gets that JJJ plus Giddy start, which was a little bit rare. I didn't have a ton of them in my portfolio. It was a little more obtainable later in the day when people started jamming the projections of pushing the Minnesota guys up, and then we're mixing and matching the right side of the board. But this one was obviously drafted a bit earlier in the day because the Minnesota guys were falling back. That's really what you needed, was the Rudy Gobert plus, shout out to me for the Dante DiVincenzo over Jaden McDaniels talk there. Vooch was a big faller early in the day there, both him and Kobe White, and then they steamed up as the day went on to my highest exposed there. And then your boy, Nez, Jacques Lendl in the last round there, icing a bunch of threes again last night, doing it in multiple categories. The poor man's Jay Huff, they're calling him.
Yeah, he might be the rich man's Jay Huff now. Jacques Lendl finally getting home.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Awesome to see. Yeah. Good stuff there. Buster Boys is up here. MW's up here. Inthreus is up here. Chris was up here. Good to see the boys in the holiday spirit here. Chris mixing up the avatar as well there. The holiday spirit green. All the people are going with it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. We're our influence.
Yeah, damn right. Closest that I had was very similar to the winner. It was a 2v2, but then I had the Jared Allen instead of being able to catch the JJJ GM, and then I obviously couldn't get the fall for Vooch, and then got a little bit of a fall on Wells instead. So a little 2v2 for your boy, but not close. All right, dude. What do you say we just hop right into things, unless there's anything you've been dying to get off your chest the last couple days when you haven't been on stream?
Fuck this slate specifically, and let's move on.
All right, perfect. Yes, fuck that exact slate. Let's get on with our day. Clear out the ranks here, and we will discuss. So 12 gamer, massive slate, very different dynamic than yesterday, where yesterday we're looking for, who's going to get back up 5 run, and there's so much fragility and projection on a slate like yesterday, where you're dealing with rotational guys at the back end, and the minutes were, people were jamming Vince Williams Jr., right? And the minutes were just not solid, and then he just winds up not starting, and KCP plays over him a bit, and there's so much fragility in that projection. Not as much so on a 12 gamer, where you're dealing with absolute superstars, and the guys even in the last round are 35-minute guys, and their projections are going to be so much stronger. So I don't know, maybe just speak to that dynamic and how you're treating it. Does it make it more scrollable, less scrollable? Does it make the band of projection through the first 3 rounds less important? Does ADP matter to you? Like, what are your macro thoughts on 12 gamer versus 2? Because I think in an odd way, ADP does and does not matter on 12 game slates, where like if you ignore ADP too much, you're going to end up with 0 of certain guys that project good, just because some guys project better, and you're making the wrong fades there. I think you should probably be a little bit projection agnostic at times, because if we are ranking guys and getting 0 of players that again project well, just because we have to take them early, like, you got to kind of think about it from like a lineup projection standpoint. Like, you can still build good projecting teams by taking a guy that projects, 2 points less than a guy, 8 picks later or something.
and still put together good lineups. So I think that's like one of my takeaways is do the projection stuff in rounds like 5 and 6, maybe 4, 5, and 6. You can vary that, but ultimately, don't make bad fades. Don't fade good players.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's a good way of thinking about things because yeah, we are dealing with like fractions of difference in projection from like pick, I don't know, call it from pick 2 to wherever Brunson and Curry and Paulo get drafted, basically. And like we're talking about superstars in this league that are all separated by like 3 points in projection. And that's like 12, 13 spots. Whereas, yesterday alone, the difference between projecting player number 5 and number 6 was like 4 points of projection, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jokic and Luka are in their own category, but everybody else for sure.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. It also makes the scrolls in the last round like more like less incentive to stay tethered to ADP at the back end because you could tell yourself a story about so many of these guys down here,
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, this is when, these are the ranges where you can start to, have the fun and really get off the board and do your projection hunting, do your ownership hunting, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just thinking out loud here. Anything else that's kind of like jumping macro before we get into the Q tags and stuff? I think probably just the Q tag situations.
The Q tags and the, the push pull effect of them is what's is definitely the biggest story for today's slate for sure.
Yeah, cool. Kind of evergreen to talk through these dynamics here. I guess we don't need to put OG there because it's solved with the other stuff. I Pirtle had a probable tag, so that one's changed. And then Najee Marshall as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, the big stuff is right here, as you guys see on screen here. It's Anthony Davis with the calf injury. Was quite outspoken about not thinking he was going to play last time out, then got tricked by the president at shoot around, and then he doesn't wind up playing. It's that same calf that he aggravated and missed 14 games with. I don't know, man. You got to lean on this situation tonight. You think he goes? The most recent unabated update was that he was not present at shoot around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and trust the shoot around alpha and say he doesn't go. It's Anthony Davis. Would it surprise anybody if Anthony Davis decided I'm not playing tonight? Not that it's his decision, but would it surprise anybody if Anthony Davis was ruled out tonight? Let's be real. No one's surprised if that happens. So yeah, I'm going to assume he doesn't play and draft accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like forever hesitant that last time he doesn't go or goes through shoot around, then doesn't play. Yeah. Now this time he doesn't go through shoot around, and now he finds some way to play because we get a Najee Marshall downgrade or whatever, right? The other one is the whole Knicks team. So they were in the Cup final on Tuesday night. There they take down the coveted NBA Cup. Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson do not have designations, but Towns, Hart, and OG all have designations. And Mitchell Robinson. So there's 4 of them with designations here. The Cat one is quite interesting because he did actually like tweak something in the game there. It's listed as a left knee thing. And then it was kind of surprising that he came back into the game there. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if he missed tonight, but that's a little bit of a little bro science-y read on it, especially after they win the Cup. Surely had a nice little night out in Vegas or something like that. And now they're traveling to Indiana for this Pacers game. How are you reading the Cat situation?
Yeah, I think this is definitely one to think about pretty intently, I guess, because they do play tomorrow against the Sixers, and yeah, they just played a bunch in the cup. It's not just Towns like you mentioned, and I do think Towns sits.
Okay.
I think he for sure sits. These other players for the Knicks, though,
Yeah.
I could see them sitting as well. And if OG sits and Josh Hart sits, I mean, Mikal Bridges swaps are going to be hitting like the purest of drugs. Jalen Brunson, can't draft Jalen Brunson at ADP 9. You're going to want to draft him at ADP 7 if we get all of these out tags.
Right.
So, yeah, I think Jalen Brunson is sort of like, snake in the grass right now. If you're fading Jalen Brunson because the projections think that all these Knicks players are playing, I beg of you to think about what happens if they don't, because this is a pretty sick matchup for Brunson to go superhero mode.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there, man. That was definitely one thing that stood out to me early was like, okay, his ADP is already propped up and hedging for the fact that these guys might miss, but like, would you rather have, let's do a little would you rather here. Would you rather have 28 minutes of Wemby on a front end back-to-back with a 15.5-point spread in their favor? Or would you rather have 35 minutes of Brunson when they're, 5 to 3 point road favorites in pace up against the Pacers?
Brunson.
Yeah. I kind of feel similarly there, but that's not reflected in ADP yet.
No, not yet. Because Wemby is Wemby, and he's awesome. Why would the first full speed Wemby game be on a front end back to back against the Wizards? I don't know.
Right.
Nobody cares, and he'll probably put up 50 in 20 anyways, 20 minutes anyways, because there is no justice in this world. But
there's the countryman narrative, right? Countryman narrative with Alex Sarr, right?
Oh yeah, you think dude? Can my shit not go bust? You think he wants to show off for Alexander Sarr?
He wants to put it on him, dude.
Pause.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's playing one of these games, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, and it's most likely tomorrow because he doesn't have a designation right now.
Probably.
Yeah. But I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not joking that like you get the first and second overall picks, France guys, both like a year apart, that they wouldn't want to put it on against each other. Like it kind of reminds me of like the Benny Math versus Benny Math versus Dort, the Nikhil Alexander Walker versus Shea. Like it reminds me of these narratives, man.
I love where you're going. They're going to play like a combined 40 minutes.
I know they are. Yeah,
that is the higher lower right now.
Yeah, I hope we get 25 of Wemby this evening. If I give this a refresh, the LaMelo one has just flipped to a probable tag, so that kind of just spreads things out a little bit further, and just kind of dilutes everyone. Like before, if we didn't get that, you'd want to be getting Bridges ahead of ADP. You'd want to be getting a little bit of Brandon Miller, evergreen reminder. He's still leading that team in usage right there. But yeah, if you get now Melo with this probable tag, is he clickable in the last round? Like he's probably going to be soft capped after missing 3. He was playing big minutes before that, but man, we just know they always kind of like ease Melo back, and we haven't been the biggest proponents of Melo in recent memory, especially when it comes to ankle stuff. This is that same ankle stuff he's been dealing with forever, and what it seems like.
Yeah. Jeez, dude. I imagine they go easy on him, right? I really don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah. Would you prefer him or Bridges tonight?
Bridges.
Okay. Do you want to play anybody else from this game? Like, do you want Khan as a scroll? Do you want Miller as a scroll?
No, because I don't know who it would be, and there's just like, and it's a 12-game slate.
Right. It's just so spread out.
Yeah, it could be. Surely either one of those guys could hit. Like, yeah, I'm not saying they can't, but I don't know who it is, and I think it's a tough bet to figure out who it is. But I don't want any LaMelo tonight, though. Like, he's like the last one that I want.
Yeah, we would have been jumping up and down like 2.5 years ago for like first game on the slate, Hornets, Hawks, like this is gonna be a 245. We're gonna get Trey and Melo just fucking playing junk basketball, showtime back and forth. And it just doesn't have that same feeling right now. And I think they're both gonna be capped.
Yeah. 100%.
That's a good little pivot into the Trey one, and I guess we could just transition right into talking about that game in general. But Trey has missed, I don't know, a month, whatever it is now. Yeah, any want or desire to get to Trey? Does it? I mean, the other Atlanta pieces are quite highly propped up too. So I don't know. Does it have the push pull effect of not wanting Jalen Johnson as much at ADP? The Okongwu ADP is so gross; it's so high. Onyeka, there you go at 23. He's been a faller in like almost every room. What's the impact of this?
I mean, like this is it's so like interesting, man, because you get ADP that is set with like I don't know. Well, at this point, 43% of drafts, but like this Onyeka ADP was set with like 20% of drafts,
right?
And now we have the next 20%, and like it just. I don't know, man. He has good box score, so maybe people just like that. And it is the Hornets, and we like bigs against the Hornets. But like, god damn, man, it is like really, really tricky to me because I mean, it's technically an overdrafted position here of Onyeka, but like he's a good he's a good player. No Kristaps. Trey might not even play, and it's fine, dude. It's absolutely fine. Like, okay. I don't like it though. Like you can hear it in my voice, obviously. I do not like it.
Yeah, he was kind of a full fade guy for me thus far. So I haven't taken him once yet. And I was a little bit lower on the Jalen stuff. But let's just go right into that game by game and talk about it. And because it's the first. Yeah, it's the first game on the slate there. So jump over to the beautiful Unabated here. We got Hornets and Hawks there. Hawks as 5-point road favorites here in a 240. We just got that Q tag turned to a P tag for Melo. Let me get, we are right on the half an hour. So let me see if I have my most recent. I'll get it for the next game here. Not yet. Okay, cool. Hawks side of things, all the G Leaguers listed out and or doubtful. You mentioned the no Kristaps Porzingis, which is an illness thing yet again, which is just bad to see on the injury report after last year with that. And then we get Trey with the questionable tag. The other macro to this as we pivot to game by game is there are no back end back-to-backs, but there are 5 front end back-to-backs, and Atlanta is one of those teams. We talked about the Wemby situation as well. They play each other tomorrow night. So Knicks, Spurs, Hawks, Thunder, Heat are all the front end back-to-back teams here we will be discussing. I'll remind as we go through. But Atlanta there, the Q tag being said in the chat right now that like if Trey's going to play, he's going to be on a minutes restriction, I'd bet. Yes, like I would 100% agree with that. Egger's saying Trey's not playing. Sherlock's saying Trey's going to sit the front end of the back-to-back. Like I could see this. I could see this every which way here.
Yeah, sorry, John. My goddamn, I
just go with the square today.
Yeah, just absolutely just no need for the face. And now we're getting the cell phone again. Anyways, this slate, this game, here we are.
Yeah,
pretty monster total here.
Yeah,
I'm done, dude. I'm absolutely done. Crazy total here. In terms of pieces that I am drafting, love Jalen Johnson.
Okay,
who doesn't? Just a beautiful way to pivot off of the Dude, my like entire dongle is like shitting. This is
Yeah, we just lost you again
like
there.
yeah, but yeah, I mean it's a nice way to get off of the strength of the beginning of the first round here. So love Jalen Johnson. Have a bunch of him. We talked about the Onyeka ADP and like, is it good? Is it bad? I don't think it's good, but I mean it's kind of. I mean he has such a strong ceiling, and this is such a sick matchup that like I don't know, man. I don't think that it's necessarily like the worst pick in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
yeah, I don't think it's a good pick, but like he could hit though. He can hit, but like, yeah, I don't have a lot of Onyeka at all. But and then we got Dyson Daniels who I think Dyson Daniels will become, if Trey is out, then we can see Dyson Daniels in our lives here. But until we get that news, I don't think you have to get ahead of it, but you could if you wanted to. But I don't think it's necessary. I don't think he pushes up that much to the point where like you got to get Dyson before the news if the news comes.
Yeah.
So I'm not even that big, but I know you don't talk. You don't even talk about Dyson Daniels.
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see the scoring return there and a couple of the stocks there and see ceiling again for him, because I was a little afraid that we lost ceiling like we saw last year. And I was attributing a lot of that to auxiliary scoring around him, just like the depth of the team getting bigger so they could rely on, like, in particular, Nickeil Alexander-Walker for scoring when Trey isn't around. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even be rushing to the podium to swap my Trey stuff to Dyson. Obviously, he'll project better, and this is a nice high total game. But like, I might even go contrarian leverage to like the Nas stuff or something.
Yeah, that's a pretty good angle. I think I would still take Dyson over Nah, but yeah, I hear you. We like Nah around these parts.
Yeah. I think Na is going to be kind of like the sacrificial lamb out of the starting lineup here if Trey does return, though.
And it would be JJ, Onyeka, Trey, Dyson.
Ricochet.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he has to stay in at the small forward. I think the lineup's too small if Na's in at small forward. I don't think they start Vit. So they just roll with Ricochet still.
Yeah, I guess so. Right, number 1 overall pick. Put him in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I think like the biggest thing for me is if Trey is in tonight. Like, I'm not jumping up and down to play Trey in the last round because I think he'll be capped at 25. But I'll definitely mix a little bit of it in. But I think it just kind of cannibalizes the ceiling of everybody else, and it'll kill some Dyson teams. It'll, like, those guys could still get home in a 240 against Charlotte. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, I think I'll just have less of Atlanta if Trey is in, and then I'll have Trey in the last round sprinkled, basically.
Okay, I'm not taking Trey at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get the minutes.
Yeah. I mean, 25 minutes of Trey, even if it's like the best spot in the world, like there's just so many other places to go on this slate.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Hornets side there. We kind of touched on it with the Melo stuff. You still like Bridges over Melo. They're kind of like naming Khan the de facto future of the franchise here and build around him. And they're making him the leader and how mature he is comparative to like what they've done with Melo over the years. I think Brandon Miller is probably the sneakiest guy to play here. I think people will mix and match Melo in the last round there. But like, the minutes are so much safer with Brandon Miller, and Brandon Miller's had a higher usage than Melo. I don't know if you want to take a contrarian swing in the last round on Brandon Miller. I wouldn't fault you, but in a vacuum, I'm not in love with like anyone here really.
No, I'm not. I always go after Miles Bridges in good spots, but like,
sure.
Yeah. Brandon Miller, I just think it's too there's too many moving parts here to take Brandon Miller.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine by me.
And I'm also seeing a lot of Khan go.
Yeah.
Or more than I would have expected. And equally as ambiguous.
Yeah, but people might have just been hedging on the Melo being out factor and then chasing the box scores and whatnot. Reminder when you guys are looking at the Cleveland game that was an overtime game. There was the overtime game where they didn't score in overtime, I believe. Or was that the. No, I'm misremembering. No, but that was the overtime game. Anyways.
I don't recall. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking about yesterday on yesterday's slate with the Cleveland stuff, but I might just be misremembering. All right, dude. I think we're gonna keep pushing on here. We've had the Knicks conversation. This is Knicks and Pacers. Pretty low total here for a Knicks Pacers game. 225.5. Obviously, a lot of history between these teams. 5 by way of the Knicks, which is a little Windhursty when they have so many Q tags. Yeah, they played really condensed in the Cup. Don't imagine they play as condensed here. They played good basketball though. Very deserved to win. And yeah, we talked about the push-pull dynamic of Brunson. Like, he's not going to project where he's going right now, but if these Q tags break the wrong way, he's going to project slightly higher than this, and you're going to want a little bit of Brunson in your drafting portfolio. I think the more interesting conversation right now is if you're drafting anybody other than Brunson from this team, and if so, who and when?
Well, I'm not drafting Towns because I think Towns was like legit hurt and they're on a back-to-back. So I'm not drafting Towns. These guys have just been playing like mega minutes. I mean, OG and Hart, I think, are fine in the 6th round where like you get a swap and otherwise you kind of get some like decent ceiling if and when Cat gets ruled out. Mm-hmm. Hart probably the most interesting in terms of like a ceiling. So yeah, I don't think OG plays, but Hart is like an Iron Man. So Hart could end up suiting up and then being a beneficiary of like all of these guys sitting.
Okay. Would you rather have Hart with the Q tag in the 6th round right now or Trey with the Q tag in the 6th round?
Hart.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'm on the Trey side of that one.
Why?
I don't know. 28 minutes of Trey. I'd rather have 28 minutes of Trey than 36 of Hart tonight.
That's like crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah, absolutely. If Cat sits, you don't want 36 minutes of Josh Hart doing it all?
Yeah, if Cat sits, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Fine.
I mean, you got to remember the Trae Young we're talking about, man. That's not even his team anymore.
I know. It's not even the Trae of old. I'm still hung up on my 2003.
Sorry, man.
I'm hung up on my 2000.
Water on your face and slap you around, but like, what are we talking about here?
I need it. Yeah, that 2023 notion of Trae versus LaMelo. I can't get this out of my head right now.
Yeah.
I could pair them together in the 5th and 6th round now.
You gotta do it.
Gotta do it. Okay, cool. Will you swap to hypothetical scenario? I think most likely scenario is we get Towns to sit, and dude, Mitchell Robinson played big minutes. Well, actually, the 24 was in the Orlando game in the Cup. I was gonna say he played big minutes in the Cup, but he actually didn't even play that. He had big box scores. He played 18 or whatever. So who knows? Maybe we do get Mitchell Robinson tonight, but I don't know if we end up with like 2 of 3 of these names on the screen ruled out, and let's just say it's Cat +1. So that's kind of like the scenario. Would you rather swap to Bridges, OG, or Hart as like your guy in? Presumably they'll presumably one of them will sit as well.
I mean, I would be pretty excited about Josh Hart playing if he ends up getting getting ruled in and they're missing bodies against the Pacers. I'd be pretty excited about Josh Hart.
So Hart over Bridges then if they're both in and Cat.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But if they're all out, man, I want a lot of Mikal Bridges.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. Pacers basically just have one piece getting drafted. That is the evergreen 44 fantasy points in your lineup from Pascal Siakam. If you need 44 fantasy points on a 12-game slate in the 4th round, Pascal is your guy. If you need any more or less than that, you're not winning this evening with Pascal Siakam in your lineup. Do you feel similarly?
Yeah, I don't like Pascal Siakam as a basketball player. It's just He's just so freaking frustrating. But the ADP is like fine, he's in this range of just like you can do it, and it's not technically a bad pick, but like, god damn, dude, he's so frustrating. Like all he ever does is kill me. Like
he's the
he's
Bam
either
of the forward position.
yes, he is either losing me slates when I draft him or losing slates when I fade him. Can't get this dude right, but the ADP is like not expensive,
Right.
for being Pascal Siakam and having a ceiling. So I'm going to be underweight Pascal though, dude. Like yeah. I will be.
In theory, it's like not a great spot for him either with any of those wing defenders, right? Like I don't care which of them plays, like OG, Bridges, and then to a lesser extent Hart, like any of them are not good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Any love for anyone else? Like we've seen Benny Math ceiling, he's a flat 36. I guess that would probably be the only one who has big enough minutes to matter in the 6th round, but any love for that idea?
No Benny Math, no Nemhard.
Too deep.
No. Yeah. Too many bodies.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's keep pushing here. I guess the nice thing you could say, sorry, just to tie a bow on, because I forgot to read the injury report when we were talking about that game, because we kind of already walked through the Knicks injury report accidentally at the start. I guess the nice thing you could say is like with no Obi Toppin, no Ben Shepherd, etc., and no Naismith still, that like maybe there's just increased handling for Nemhard / Benny Math, but like that situation's been pretty fluid and the same, and they still find a way to run like 11 deep anyways. Like it's just not built for a 12 gamer.
No, it's not. It's been a pretty, as you would have expected, I guess, before the season, a pretty ugly season for the Pacers.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep going here. Heat and Nets. This is a really low total for a Heat game in general. Fastest team in the NBA right now. A 228, 7.5 on the unabated line by way of the Heat on the road in this one. Only 2 pieces going regularly in drafts from this game. The Heat are without Tyler Hero, without Nikola Jovic, who took, that fall was nasty. If you guys were watching that game, like he just fell into the stanchion as he went up for a dunk, and it just felt so awkward on his elbow. Norm Powell's listed as probable. Pelly Larson is out. Terry Rozier is out, and Drew Smith is available. On the net side of things, still no Cam Thomas. Bunch of G Leaguers listed out there as well, and no Haywood Highsmith. Would have been a nice little revenge game there. 12 game slate here, Nez. It's just Bam getting drafted and just Michael Porter Jr. getting drafted. Thoughts on that, like kind of setup, and if there's anyone else you want to get to here.
Let's talk about a scroll for once on this slate. Norm Powell, I think, can get drafted. Sure. Just recently, freshly let everybody down. What a nut run out, dude, for him. The late Hero scratch should have went off and totally let everybody down. But now he's in, very much underdrafted. He can light up the Nets for sure.
Okay.
So he's one that I think is like a pretty sneaky play with no Hero.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't mind that. Obviously they played a really low scoring game against Toronto last time out. I think it was like 105-95 or something like that. Powell played 34 in that one, got the scoring up to like 20 or something like that. I don't know, man. Once Jovic got hurt and like JJJ played off the bench, like I'm kind of excited about Jaime here. I think Fontecchio starts, but I think Jaime could find a way to eat like the majority of those minutes, and we know what Jaime can do from a rate standpoint. I get excited about Jaime more than Norm Powell as a scroll here, but that's just me.
Yeah. Dude, Jaime can fill it up.
Yeah.
Statistically, in the categories. I'll hear you.
On the net side, what do you think of Michael Porter Jr.'s ADP? And is there anybody else draftable? Like, can you play Claxton in the last round?
I'm not drafting Nick Claxton, but like I do respect and like Nick Claxton, but I'm not drafting him tonight. I have a ton of Michael Porter, man.
Okay.
I have a ton of Michael Porter, but I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm gonna slow down. I gotta get some variety there. I don't think it's a good idea to like put all your eggs in the Michael Porter Jr. basket.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I was taking Keynote over him with the Lowry Q tag. I think maybe
I have a ton of Keynote,
yeah, him, Ingram, and Flag are kind of in the same tier for me. If you play like Flag because AD, you're playing AD as out. But yeah.
Yeah, I like Flag too. But yeah, I just had a lot of Michael Porter, and like I thought the total was gonna be higher.
Okay. Yeah, I thought the total was gonna be higher too, to be honest. Kind of surprising with the fastest team in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm like, are things changing? I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Or do the Nets just stink and they can't support a total over 230 anymore?
Sure, yeah, no, absolutely. I got a question here. Yeah, Michael's talking about this. Why did John lose his fastball? That's
because you didn't have any scrolls for the Pacers.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Puka crash out. What happened with this Puka story?
Oh man. I don't even. You're so much better off, like for your mental health, to just like not even know about it. But basically, he went on this dude's stream who streams on Kick, which like only only the worst of the worst stream on Kick, really. And his name is he's a popular streamer, and he did this. He said you have to do this celebration if you score a touchdown. And it's based on an anti-Semitic meme, yeah. So he did it on stream, and he's like, "I'm gonna do it. And then he tried to get this streamer and his buddies into the Rams facility to like do content, and McVay had to like be like, "Hey, dumb fuck! Like this is a huge divisional game on a short week."
Right.
Get your shit together. And then he put out an apology on Instagram saying, sorry for doing the anti-Semitic joke dance. My bad. Didn't mean to do that.
And he didn't realize, like he obviously didn't realize that this was anti-Semitic. Like he was just like,
no, he didn't. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I truly don't think so.
Literally nothing good can happen if you have a bunch of money and you just like do content with randoms on the internet.
Yeah. And to be fair, he doesn't have like that much money, but like he does have a lot of money. But but anyways, no good can come from that.
Right.
And then Mookie Betts is doing content with the same dude.
Oh, interesting.
He's huge. He's huge, but like nobody knows why, and he's not good.
Senior Strongs. He I always
Senior
thought I always said Stonks. He said he's a Jewish streamer and he was basically baiting him.
More or less. Yeah, I mean that is true. Like the yeah.
And then his brother crashed out too and stole a player's car?
Yeah, took it without permission was the
okay.
was the verbiage.
Wow. All right. That's not like a crazy crash out, I guess. Like I was expecting more fireworks than that, but it's obviously not a good look. And it doesn't sound like
insane.
It was like it didn't sound like malicious or anything.
No, it's just like nobody like Puka needs people in his life to be like, hey, dude, like don't go on stream with this guy. Like you have a game on Thursday. Like, why are you hanging out with him?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know enough about the guy, but I just know that like I know the name and I know it's like, oh yeah, like not a good guy. Like why I don't know why he's so popular and why athletes want to hang out with him.
Got it. Interesting. Weird. Yeah, these guys need like just people to give them direction and guidance. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. We had people, we had the money crises of the 2000s with these young kids getting money and going broke. Now we have we need social media advisors to be like, stop,
Right.
don't do that dance.
Right. Maybe that's my calling in life here, Nez. Maybe I'll become the guy who advises athletes not to fuck up.
No, you'd be bad because you don't even know who the people are. You'd be like, yeah, sure, what the hell, why not? And then
Right, yeah. I'll just be the no guy. Everyone in his life is a yes guy and a hype guy, and I would just be the no guy.
Nah, it's dumb, dude. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So he's there for just he's just a guy who likes to chase viral clicks, allegedly. Okay. Such is the nature of every crazy shit I can't even watch these days. I don't watch any streamers that are younger than me that are outside of our space.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad I'm well informed now. Let's keep moving here, dude. Let's talk about the Clippers and OKC here. A little Shai Gilgeous-Alexander revenge game going up against the man he was traded for, Paul George. Never mind. They're just going to steal their pick, and they don't even have the player anymore. 17.5-point favorites at home. Front end back-to-back for the Thunder here. A 222, not a very fast game here. Could definitely see the starters only playing 3 quarters just based on that total there. Buried the lead, though, because James Harden is going to be out this evening. Also, no Derek Jones Jr., no Chris Paul, no Bradley Beal. All those guys are still out. And then on the Thunder side, Isaiah Hartenstein is still out. Topic's still out. And then Jalen with a Y, Williams, a.k.a. the big, not J-Dub, is out in this one. So not a very aggressive ranking or projection, I imagine, for Shai, because they're kind of building in the fact that he might only play 25 to 28 minutes here. Let's talk about the Thunder side first. Front end back-to-back, huge favorites at home. Do you have any interest in Thunder tonight? It is a pace down spot for them.
Oh, man. I was taking Shai at 4 just because it's Shai and, it's Shai. So you take him 4. But yeah, he doesn't project there. He's the only guy I had interest in. I mean, I was taking a little bit of J-Dub just because, I don't know. He's been, he has good rates. And, that was really it. No Chet, though. I'm not taking Chet.
Okay.
I will say that is, I mean, it's not even that high of an ADP. I think that's a bad ADP. I think you're going to see him drafted enough that that's a no thank you for me. No way. Just a really shit game. Yeah.
Slow game, really good defense on the Thunder side. And Zoobs has been really good around the rim, dude. Zoobs has been really good defensively. And I understand that people like to play Chet when Hartenstein's not there, but man, there's other spots I'd rather go in the 6th round. And if he's going to be drafted at a 90% frequency, it couldn't be me.
Nope. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of interest in this game, period. Because other than Shai.
Yeah. This team just got killed. No disrespect, but this team just got fucking killed by Cam Spencer, man. They just got killed by Cam Spencer and the Memphis Grizz here. So I don't know. Now you're going without Harden against the best team in basketball that's lost twice all year. This game just screams over at halftime.
Yeah, evergreen with the Thunder, dude.
Yeah. Is there any Thunder player you'd draft other than SGA tonight?
I think J-Dub.
Okay.
J-Dub, but that's it.
Yeah, if you're gonna give me the ownership discount on J-Dub versus Chet, it's good to see him get up to full there. He could do enough in 28 minutes to matter in the 6th round, and you're getting a slight ownership discount versus the Chet teams. I'd rather play him than Chet tonight too.
And they're front end as well, right?
Yes, they are front end back to back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're very live to sit, but yeah, I just think J-Dub can run into a ton of ancillary stats, including stocks, and that can make him a sneaky 50 But like he needs to run really hot, and there's a lot of good picks available in the 6th round. So I'm not doing it often.
Okay. One of the most interesting ADPs on the board is Kawhi, dude. It's Kawhi, and it's Kawhi who's had his minutes ramp back up here. Played 40 in that Houston game there. He's had some nice box scores. Obviously, he gets a really tough, half court assignment here with OKC on the other side. Are you interested in Kawhi tonight? Because he's going to project decently, obviously, without Harden taking all that ISO ball and all that touch time, amongst one of the leaders in the league in both those categories in ISO possessions and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Kawhi's ADP is pretty frothy for a matchup against OKC that they could pull the plug pretty early on if it goes wrong. But if this game somehow stays competitive, interesting note in the chat that, like, OKC's only lost 2 games this year. They definitely don't want to lose 2 in a row after losing to the Spurs. Like, do they go, I'm not going to say go all out tonight, but like, it's going to be Atlanta tomorrow, or sorry, no, it's Minnesota tomorrow. So a little bit tougher there. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think with the Kawhi, and what do you think about the just macro situation?
I mean, I don't want Kawhi tonight.
Yeah, me neither, really.
He opened up at 34.5 PRA down to 32.5 now. Like, no thanks, dude. I do not want. I don't want to play that game. I don't want Kawhi Leonard. I think I just think they're gonna get killed. No thanks. Yeah. No thanks. I'm not doing it. So yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. If things go right this evening and this game stays close, to build out a narrative of like SGA in the 1st round, Kawhi in the 4th, and then like Zoobs in the last, or like J-Dub in the last, kind of makes sense to me, but it's not something I'm like stoked to do,
Yeah, I feel you, right? Like that's how you would want to think through it if you were doing it, but yeah.
No. Okay. Any love for that Zoobs call in the last round, or only if you're like game stacking a bit?
I can understand it. You definitely want to do it in a game stack, I think.
Okay.
I just don't think that you're gonna see the necessary minutes without it. Yeah. So yeah, just like go all out if you're doing it. And by all out, I mean like 2 or 3 pieces.
Sure. Right.
Because it's not gonna have that much value.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's keep pushing here. Another massive spread on this one here. Ugh. Spurs are 15.5 point favorites coming off of their loss in the cup on Tuesday at 241. We think Wemby's still capped. He didn't start either of the last 2 games. He played 20, and then he played 25. Can't imagine that this is the big ramp up spot, but maybe just the fact that Alex Sarr's on the other side of it, and maybe they're already anticipating he's going to sit tomorrow, so they run him a little bit longer today. Because they're front end back to back. But man, I don't imagine any more than 28 minutes of Wemby. But as 15-point favorites, with a 241 total, that might be enough in the 2nd round, especially if he mixes in a shit ton of stocks. We talk about how guys, when they know they're on caps, also play like harder and try and get the ball in their isolated minutes more so than they would if they were playing, 30 plus kind of deal. So maybe there's some narrative street there. I don't know, man. This Spurs team is like looking like a really good basketball team right now. But they're also looking like quite spread because like everybody's back, right? So they only have the G Leaguers listed as out in this one. The Wizards side has Malcolm Brynum with a Q tag, and then Middleton and Corey Crispert is listed with an out tag there. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just Wemby. A little bit of Fox gets drafted. I'm not even sure Fox would be my 2nd favorite option on this team, but he goes in the 6th round. And then nobody's drafting anyone on the Wizards. Is there any reason to like, this is a big total, man. There might be some garbage time run here. Sarr might play 28 first time back, but I think he'll be capped. Is there any reason to like anything other than Wemby, or even, I don't know.
I mean, like if you had to draft somebody from the Wizards, I think it would be McCollum, just because we've seen McCollum have these like blow up spots. Okay. So that would be my answer. But like No.
Yeah.
On the Spurs side, I mean, I guess like the Wemby conversation, so to speak, like I would not be fading Wemby. He can absolutely do enough here in this game, even though it's just like very limited minutes. He could still do enough. So like I think like fading Wemby against the Wizards just in a vacuum is just like not good. So I'll have Wemby. And as far as other Spurs, you were talking about like Fox not being your second favorite. I agree. I like Castle more. So I mean, I like Castle a lot, to be quite frank. I think he's going to be super low owned here. Really high total. Wemby on a minutes limit. Like, I think you could see Castle like really have himself a hell of a game. He's would you consider him? I think not a hot take, but anyways, I think he's pretty underrated for fantasy, right? The way that he kind of does a little bit of everything, I think he's pretty underrated. Like, from the assist and rebounding standpoint, I don't think it's I think people are taking Fox at 100% of the time, damn near 100% of the time. That's just like way more empty fantasy value than what you get from Castle right now. So give me Castle.
Yeah, I tend to agree there. It's just such a hard spot to get into tonight because, like, if this game somehow stays competitive and you could guarantee me like 35 of Castle or something like that, I'd be into it. But, I mean, they only ran 9 in the Cup game. They're a team that has the propensity to run way deeper than that when they choose to, right? Like 11, 12 deep. They're front end back-to-back. Like, no matter who it is, I think they have to do a lot with a little tonight. And I guess that the hope is that Washington plays it tight enough that they need to stay out there. But in a vacuum, I do think you're right about like the outside perception of Fox versus Castle is that like Fox is like a perennial superstar and he's going to fill it up. And this is the spot where he cooks. And Castle's less sexy because he does it across multiple categories. And he missed time early this season and he was on a minutes limit when he first came back. And now we're starting to see it become like real. I think people are still lagging behind and catching up on that dynamic. But for any of them, dude, it's not overly clean because Keldon comes off the bench to score. Harrison Barnes has his nights. Harper comes off the bench to do a little bit of handling. Vassell does a bunch of handling. Like there's so many places that this is like a good, complete basketball team. And if they're all going to play 25 to 28 tonight because they're huge favorites and they play tomorrow, it's like not that exciting, but I could see it getting really exciting when they're only running 9 in like the playoffs or 9 like they did in the Cup game, right?
Yeah. I'm just like,
look at the total.
Yeah. It's the Wizards, man. Like I'm not trying to talk myself off of a matchup with the Wizards.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Remember Jimmer Fredette. Love it.
John remembers Jimmer Fredette every day of his life.
Yeah, it's all I think about. Okay, dude. Yeah, I kind of think Fox is a fine pick occasionally, but I don't think he's like 100% guy when there's so many choices in the last round there. But if you just look at the total, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, dude, let's keep pushing here. Pels and Rockets here, 235 in this one. Only 9.5. I say that kind of like, what? Only 9.5 for the Rockets here, but they are on the road there. Yeah, well, Rockets, basically, we get Sengoat going in the first round, and then we get KD and Amen going, and then nothing else. And then on the Pels side, a little bit of Trey Murphy sprinkled in the last round, a little bit of Zion sprinkled in, played off the bench last time out. I imagine he returns to starting rotation tonight, but they were kind of soft playing it like off the bench so he could close kind of vibe, like similar to how they played the Wemby situation. But I don't know, man. Still no DeJounte Murray here. And then Tari Eason has the Q tag on the Rockets side there. He did not play through the Q tag first time out. Methinks he's probably trending towards playing in either this one or the next one. It's kind of like the ramp up. But how are you treating this one?
No Pelicans.
No Pels? No. Just the
No.
defense is just too good.
Yeah, and they're just I mean, they're a tough matchup for every team, but especially the Pelicans, like, and who they have available. Like, no, nothing for me. The Rockets are, the evergreen difficult conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with the Rockets? And man, I don't know. Draft a little bit of all of them. I mean, Şengün, you just kind of take often, right? Like, I guess. So I've been taking SGA over Şengün, but like I know that the projections will tell you to take Şengün over SGA. Are you going to be taking Şengün over SGA?
No.
Yeah.
I won't be. I wasn't before this. I didn't know that the projections were saying that yet because I haven't looked at anything before the show, but no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, don't think so. Like, he's running so hot, which, like, I like Şengün, don't get me wrong, but I'm not taking him over SGA, even though these are like polar opposite matchups. But KD and Amen, I was kind of talking about at the beginning of the show, right? Like, I just don't think you fade good players. And I think this is like the prime examples of like who I think stand out as like easy fades because you don't know who to take. But I think like either of these guys can really go off tonight. So I would, like, at a minimum, I want 10% of each of these guys, I think it's easy they're really easy fades, right? Because like you don't know who to take. Like, let me just take somebody else, because it's like easier to see. But like I think either of these two, maybe even both, could really go off tonight. So I'm just like, it's a soft matchup. I'm just taking a little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm probably a little more bullish on KD tonight. I don't know. Like, who do you think gets the Herb treatment? Like, do you think KD gets the Herb treatment?
I mean, like, almost certainly, right? I mean, like, why would you waste Herb Jones' defense on Amen Thompson?
Right.
Like, that would be. It's like their scouting department only looks at fantasy scores, and they're like, you got to stop that guy.
Right. It's like, dude, like Amen, you just fucking put Zion on Amen and just stand in the paint and like just let him shoot from fucking anywhere he wants.
Wow, you might actually have just painted the ultimate bull case for Zion because he doesn't have to do anything on defense because he gets put on Amen and he can just like waffle in the paint and then just let him shoot threes.
Like, obviously you don't use that big. You don't use him on Amen, but like it's just kind of funny because it's like every time I watch Amen, I'm just like, why don't like everyone just play drop and everybody just let him shoot because he can't fucking shoot. Like, if Amen's out there with the ball in his hand, like, just don't go anywhere near him. Just let him do whatever he wants out there because he's not going to shoot and he can't shoot.
No, he can't.
No.
He can't. Yeah, it's a problem for his ceiling for sure in terms of a basketball player in real life.
Right.
Huge problem right now. So yeah, I think Herb Jones gets put on KD, but like, yeah, KD, like KD's interesting. I guess maybe I'm like I don't bake in enough of like the stock upside for KD.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, 6 last game, Jesus Christ, against Denver. Yeah. That's outrageous. But like, yeah, I definitely have trouble like getting to KD on any given slate.
Sure, yeah. When I build out the mental projection model for KD against a team that they should like just duck walk, like I look at this game against Dallas. I go, yep, 31, 27, 1, and 3, and nothing in the stocks. That's literally my mental model right now for KD tonight.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like and that's what I think when I see KD on slates.
Yeah. And then you get Herb in his jersey a little bit and you're like, now 2 of those shots that I was banking on hitting now missed, and it's 23, 2, and 2 on the night for KD.
Exactly. So all that said, I'm scared to fade them.
Yeah, I'm scared to fade them too. But I think it's kind of like a max 1 of the Houston guys. I don't see multiples getting home in this game.
I mean, I have trouble seeing it as well. And I don't know what the ultimate pairings are if you do it.
Right.
Underrated part of this too is like, dude, Jabari Smith is hooping right now. Like total leap forward.
Yeah.
Like great story. Pain in the ass for fantasy. I mean, he's out there a lot, and he's taking on like a sick complimentary role, but like underrated story into like why it's been difficult to get the Rockets right is like Jabari Smith is stepping up. And if they're going to be contenders, man, they need him to take this leap, which a lot of people thought he would have in college. Like he was expected to be like a very, very good NBA player in college, not necessarily this role player that we've seen, but like, yeah, this is a different Jabari Smith, man. This is a way different Jabari Smith than we're used to. And that's like really hurting the fantasy outputs of the guys that we want to draft.
Yeah, no, good point there, dude. They've also had some like pretty good performances off the bench with the second unit from like Reed Shepherd to begin with, like maybe like 5-6 games ago, and then Aaron Holiday for a couple there too. So it's just kind of like they're just a good, complete basketball team that's getting it from everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge drop off. So last 3 games here. So that stretch that Jabari's been really good. Last 3 games, Sengun's been incredible. They've been running more through him. 33.5 usage there. Then a huge drop off down to KD at 23.4. Then Reed Shepherd at 19.6. Then Aaron Holiday at 19. Then Jabari at 18.3. And then Amen Thompson at 16.9.
That was usage?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Crazy, man. So they just run so much more once they take the ball. Once they take the ball out of Amen's hands and run the offense through Sengun, like it's just like him, and then he's distributing to either KD or Jabari, and then the second unit comes on, and you have a lead handler who can shoot in either Shepherd or Holiday. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will brave the Rockets' fate after all.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sengun or nothing right now. Even though you see you see some nice box scores on occasion from these guys, but like you really need 40 minutes in a close game.
I just know. I woke up and I looked at ADP and I said, if you fade these 2 guys that you think are bad picks, like they're gonna bend you over, man. And
it's hard because they're such good fucking basketball players, right? And they're in a quote unquote smash spot against the Pels. All right, let's keep pushing, or we're never gonna get through these games. Let's talk about the Pelicans side here. I mean, I don't know, man. I get excited when I see Zion with 35-7 and nobody drafting him. I know it's a tough defensive matchup. I know he only played 26 minutes off the bench last time, but if he starts tonight and he can push 30 and this game somehow stays close, like it's kind of fucking nuts that you can get Zion in the 6th round here. Trey's probably the safer click. Queen's going to start and they need the size. Jordan Poole's back and commanding a lot of usage off the bench there. But he's only playing, that 25, 27. So I think it's only like 1, maybe 2 draftable pieces here. But the Zion in the last round, I'll be clicking it tonight.
It's so tempting. It's so tempting. And I think you could say like only 26 minutes. Like, I don't know, maybe that's like low key, like 26 off the jump on the way back. That's not bad. I thought
26 for Zion off the jump after coming back is like Brandon Clark playing 40 last night. Like that's literally what it is, man. Like that's a lot for Zion coming back.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. But I think he plays 26 again, and it's a tough matchup, So, yeah, I'm fading Zion, but like, low on Zion, like that alone should make me like, a wooga. But
like I look at Zion being available in the last round versus 100% drafted Fox or like 100% drafted Chet. Like, I don't know, man. 28 minutes of Melo or I don't know. I'm clicking.
I get it.
Zion tonight.
No, I get it. I don't think I do. I mean, I fully understand it.
All right, let's keep pushing here, dude. Bucks and Raptors here. This is only a 219 in this one. 4.5 by way of the Raptors. Raptors have been really good transition defense. It got a little bit worse when RJ's off the floor, but they've been pretty good. And that was kind of showed up in a big way in that Heat game because they played what we traditionally would have thought would be a track meet, but they limited enough in transition that it was not against the Heat last time out. Heat kept them under 100. Though, yeah, we got basically 2 draftable pieces every single draft on the Raptors side. Maybe we can go a bridge further in a second there. And then on on the Milwaukee side, there we basically have Kevin Porter Jr., who's going quite early in drafts. And yeah, I get it. People like it from a usage standpoint. Yeah. Obviously, on the Raptors side, there's no RJ. All the G Leaguers are listed out, and then there's a Q tag on Jakob Poeltl. It was a probable tag, and now that's a downgrade to a Q. Lower back, that lower back stuff we've talked about so much. And then on the Bucks side, no Giannis, and then Q tags on AJ Green, Kyle Kuzma, and Cole Anthony, all playing into, and Taurean Prince still has the out tag. All that playing into the frothy ADP that is Kevin Porter Jr. So let's talk about the Bucks here first. Are you drinking the Kool-Aid that he's a good play this evening? Do you want some lower owned Rollins or Turner in the last round? Do you care at all?
No, I think KPJ is a good play, dude. I've got 20% right now. But like, man, I can see the sneaky downside, right? Everybody is like kind of like falling over themselves to take KPJ right now. Mm-hmm. And one, I mean, like, not that it's mattered at all for KPJ in the past, but like, Milwaukee, is playing a little slow without Giannis. And like, 2, the Raptors are not terrible defensively either. Like we talked about, last week. So like, I don't know. I can totally see where like, an overdrafted KPJ burns people and he doesn't put up 40 fantasy points. But like, yeah, KPJ's been balling is really the story here. And yeah, I think you take him. I think you take him. But like, man, I can totally see the downside here, and I will totally be kicking myself for not like Galbranding a KPJ fade when everybody else is like dying to take him. Mm-hmm. And he fails. I will not live that down. But like that just feels. It feels cute, but also low key sharp, but
yeah,
too cute. What do you think? Am I cooking with that, or is that just like trying too hard?
I think if you're looking for, fragile spots amongst the upper echelon of skill players, his has a lot of fragility in it. So to be the guy that wants to fade it, I get it, but like he's going to project even 5 points higher in my estimation than this ADP. Like, will he project better than the Rockets guys? Probably amongst that tier, right?
Yeah, he projects really well.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is an interesting point. Like we talked about the transition defense, they're also blitzing ball handlers and doubling on ball a lot there. So there's also this like, hey, does he have to give it up quickly? And then Ryan Rollins becomes like the second option and has more space to work with kind of deal. I think that's an interesting slant on it. I think it's good leverage in the last round if you want to play it anyways. But yeah, I'm definitely not fading Kevin Porter Jr., but if the models tell me to take him at like 12 or something like that, yeah, I'm going to start fading it.
Not 12.
Like, I'd rather have Scotty. Yeah, I'd rather have Scotty. I'd rather have Jamal. I'd rather have Booker. I'd rather have Paulo. And then it kind of stops, I guess.
Yeah, no, you basically nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the cost.
Okay.
But like, would you take Michael Porter Jr. or Kevin Porter Jr. tonight?
Kevin. Yeah.
Okay.
You like Michael Moore?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
In a vacuum.
That kind of encapsulates our NBA personalities in one take. Like, I'm the KPJ guy, you're the MPJ guy.
I
like
suppose so.
Yeah, you always play him, and I always play him. It's kind of funny. Let's talk about the Raptors side there. Scotty Bolway's got quite the ADP on him. Do you like it? Love it? Not like it? Can you take IQ in the last round? Does anything change if Jakob Poeltl's out? What do you think about BI, who's been scoring the basketball?
Yeah, I like Scotty and BI a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just those two for me tonight. Okay. But yeah, I like those guys quite a bit. A lot of Scotty, a lot of BI. Yeah, I think their ADPs are right where I like it.
Okay. Will you have any other Raptor this evening?
No, I'm not going to take IQ, even though like total IQ like 45 spot coming where nobody takes them. But yeah. No, I'm not drafting IQ.
Dude, the potential assists, like we've talked about this a couple times, man. Like Jamal Shead does so much of the handling when he comes on the floor, and they've been playing overlap together that like it's really cannibalized IQ's like ceiling outputs running the second unit.
That's a good point. Shed does do so much handling.
Dude, his potentials are off the chart. He leads the team every game. He leads the team all year long, potentials. And he plays like 10 minutes less than IQ. And then 5 of those minutes are overlapped with IQ.
Yeah, probably an underrated aspect to the IQ season.
Yeah. Yeah, plus the other guys have been killing from the mid-range. So IQ's kind of like finding spots and then deferring kind of deal. This is a good point from Nick. Neither of us want to be associated with either of the Porters. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, for basketball purposes only.
Let's keep cooking here. Nez, Dallas and the Pistons here at 229.7 by way of the Pistons. The ADQ tag is going to make or break a lot of things on this slate. Yeah, we talked about it. Same left calf that he's been dealing with. Didn't play through it last time. Did not go through shoot around this time. Najee Marshall's been downgraded with an illness. D'Angelo Russell has an illness Q tag. Brandon Williams has a Q tag with a right Achilles here. Yeah, we're already without Kyrie, obviously, and Dante Exum, but we're also without Derek Lively in this one. Presumably, Daniel Gafford is still kind of like soft capped as well. So if you're talking about the Mavericks here, I don't know, man. Like, it just seems like this is like obviously not the best spot in the world and probably has to deal with Asar, but like it seems like Cooper Flag is underdrafted in terms of ADP, and it seems like some of these auxiliary guys, if the news breaks the right way, could have meaningful roles this evening, but it might be a bridge too far in our game.
Yeah, I think it for sure is. I like Cooper Flag though.
Okay.
I like Cooper Flag quite a bit, man. Because I just don't think AD plays. And if AD doesn't play, then I think Flag becomes pretty interesting. At an ADP right now, that's a bit rich, but like, don't think sharp drafters are taking Flag just because he doesn't project well at the moment with AD in. But I don't think AD plays, and I think that makes Flag pretty interesting. And on top of that, right, I mean, Najee Marshall also Q for whatever it's worth. I mean, it's a small piece of the puzzle there, but like,
but he's been starting.
Sure. Yeah. So I think this would make Flag look decent to exciting for me. I'm taking Flag today.
Okay. They're also super thin if these Q tags break the wrong way. Like we've talked about illness downgrades being kind of like a death sentence. So like if Najee doesn't go tonight, if Brandon Williams doesn't go again, if D'Angelo Russell's Q tag, he can't play through the illness as well. Like you take those 3 out, you take AD out. Like we're talking about Nembhard, Flag, Gafford, and then what? Like Max Christie comes back in. Like he's not going to soak much other than a couple threes. Clay's not going to do any handling. He's going to do a couple threes here and there. Like it'd be Nembhard kind of like as a lead handler potentially, or you're going to get point Flag. I don't know. Both seem good for Flag. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm only interested in flag, really.
Yeah. Like, I don't like getting the Asar Thompson treatment, but there just might be so much volume for him that if they can play this to like a 7 spread, but yeah, I don't know. 7
You're already seeing flags props move up from this AD stuff earlier today. He's up like from 27 PR8 almost 30.
Okay.
And it'll probably go up another one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we gave Ryan Rollins a nice pivot stamp of approval. I think there's better flat 36 ADPs. Like the ceiling's not nearly what we saw, a month ago.
Right.
But yeah, he's a fine contrarian click.
Yeah. If we didn't explicitly say it, there it is.
Yeah. Nick saying the Mavs may be primed to get their shit rocked as well. I fully agree. Like no flag, no pun intended to like wave the white flag early in this one because they're down 20.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. This one's gonna have a lot. Let's have the AD conversation. Are you drafting him? Like, I know he's not. Like, we're both playing it as if he's not playing. Are you drafting him though? Like the swap options today are plentiful, deep, and there's a lot of news that could change. So, is it worth the risk in like the second round or something like that?
I mean, I was taking AD a lot this morning until that news hit. Probably worth it just to have a couple of those like 101, 102 combos, I guess,
Sure.
That's about all I can say.
Where do you think AD would project on this slate if you gave him full?
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
So you take him ahead of Sengun?
Yeah.
Ahead of SGA?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do the Detroit side here. Man, Detroit is starting to get healthy, man. They only have the G Leaguers out here. All the auxiliary guys are playing like a hodgepodge of like 20 to 28 minutes. It's really hard to parse through like where the secondary option stuff will come from on a night-to-night basis. And it's basically just Cade and Duran that will be drafting in our game. Cade is kind of just locked in at the 3 hole. Do you have any gripes with that?
No, that's where I have Cade.
Okay. Now let's have the fun conversation about Jalen Duran. Do you like him, love him, whatever? He's part of your pool. How are we feeling about him? Because we haven't seen ceiling in a minute. Some of those starts have been shortened stints here. Is this a potential ceiling spot, or does this team just have too many bodies now and they're rotating too many bigs and the overlap with him and Beef Stew is not good for his rates? Thoughts on Duran this evening as a 6th round pick?
I think I kind of agree with Sherlock Penguin in the chat there that if AD doesn't play, I think you got to like Duran.
Okay. You think it's a feast spot for him?
Yeah, I mean, it has definitely been a pretty, rough patch for fantasy for Duran this last like month. But if you don't get AD, man, like he should he should dominate here. Okay. But like, is he going to play enough? Will he do enough outside of, like crashing the boards? It just seems worth it at 35 too.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it does seem worth it at 35 too for sure. Especially you're getting a discount on it. I'll take shots even if AD is in because you can spin the narrative that, hey, that plays better for keeping the game tighter longer, even though it's a worse like defensive matchup. But yeah, I mean, he still might get the Gafford treatment and start like they might play some double big lineups, which isn't the greatest thing in the world for Duran, but if Gafford and AD are alongside each other, maybe he gets more of the Gafford side of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude, let's keep cooking. Next one up, Warriors and Suns here, a 230.5, 2 by way of the Warriors. Kind of surprising that Warriors Suns just has a higher total than, the Heat game, has a higher total than the OKC game, has a higher total than the Knicks game. yeah, I just found that interesting and wanted to point it out. But tight spread and a 235 or 230.5 here. Warriors are without Pat Spencer and Al Horford. And then the Suns have a Q tag on Grayson Allen and a Q tag on Isaiah Livers. And then they got out tags on Jalen Green still there. Yeah, thoughts on this one? Because basically the only Sun getting drafted right now is Booker, and then the only Warriors getting drafted are Jimmy and Steph. The Booker and Steph ADPs are right beside each other. They'll be paired together quite frequently. Just thoughts on that dynamic, and if you like their ADPs.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, trying to be cognizant of that, of the one of my, 101 and 102s there and the combos. So yeah, I'm not doing anything in repetition really there. Yeah, dude, I think these are both pretty good picks at ADP. Steph is balling. Pretty good spot against Phoenix. Props look good. Projections look good. It all kind of checks out for Steph here. Back-to-back 50 and 63 there.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. He's hooping. They need him to hoop if they want to have any shot of the playoffs or, keeping their hopes alive in general. So, yeah, man, I like both these guys. And that's it. I mean, I think Jimmy is fine in the 6th round. But like, I don't know why. I just like it feels like fine, not awesome for me. But I do think Jimmy's a good play in the 6th. Let me just say that because I didn't say that initially. But yeah, Jimmy's good in the 6th.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's fine in the 6th for sure there. I think I like Booker more than Steph. Like the market has it. Steph is just like one of those guys I never like to get overweight, but
I know
there's no denying how good the ceiling has been in recent memory. I'm a little bit scared of some of the Jimmy stuff. If he gets like some of the Dylan Brooks treatment, like just doesn't feel like the greatest thing in the world for him. But yeah, I'm good with Steph tonight. I'm good with Booker, and then I would throw my hat in the ring for a sneaky Mark Dubs ceiling in the last round too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm throwing my hat in the ring here for a flat 36 ADP Mark Dub.
What is that thesis?
He's just one of those guys who has outlier ceiling, who's always underdrafted, who gets post tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark Dub.
Yeah. I think it's a sneaky. I mean, it's not crazy different than like people who want to scroll to Duran or Claxton or that kind of thing in the last round. And I think he's a better basketball player than at least one of those two.
Yeah. I do just like, yeah. Bigs against the Warriors are not typically like my flow chart, but
no.
Mark Dub though, ceiling guy.
Yeah, you get two of those guys down low with Green on the help side isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. Let's go highest total on the slate here and most interesting pivotal conversations, I believe, on the slate. Lakers Jazz here, a 241.5, 9 by way of the Lakers there. This is most pivotal and talk worthy and whatever is because we got no Austin Reeves this evening for the Lakers, but it doesn't stop there because we got no DeAndre Ayton and we got no Gabe Vincent as well. Maxi Kleber is going to be listed as available this evening. And then on the Jazz side, we got Lauri Markkanen, who was coming off of that massive 70 fantasy point game, ruled out already. And then the usual suspects like George Niang and Walker Kessler still listed as out there. So I guess the most pivotal conversation point is Luka the 101 today because of these omissions of these guys on a Joker slate? That would be conversation one. Yeah. And then conversation two is what are you doing with LeBron and what are you doing with Keontae George, aka Keynote, in this game?
I'm not taking Luka 101 yet. But yeah, I think Luka is probably the 101.
Woo-wee. All right.
I mean, there's just too much here that makes sense, right? Bodies
Yep.
missing, spot against Utah.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Uh, kind of like the dream run out for like how do you get like the guaranteed Luka smash spot? I mean, it certainly feels like this is it. Not that Luka never doesn't smash, but like, yeah,
Sure.
I think Luka could be 101, and I think he probably is the 101. So I'm waiting to see how the field is playing it before I do that. But I don't run hot at 101 ever anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be a victim to the 102. Even if I even get that, I'll probably be a combined like 15% from both.
Love it.
I like LeBron though. LeBron. With all these bodies out as well against Utah. Good pick.
Well,
yeah. That's all to say really for me.
Yeah, where do you prefer LeBron? Like, do you like him more than Wemby tonight? Do you like him more than Denny Avdia? Do you like him more than Brunson?
No, I don't like him more than any of those guys.
So are you worried that a lot of your LeBron will be paired with Luka then?
I don't want it with Luka.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't want it with Luka.
Yeah. So the reason I frame it this way is because I think their ceilings obviously cannibalize one another. I kind of really like the matchup for both of them.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, we just haven't seen Braun's ceiling in a minute right now, and it's really hard to bet on a dude that old. But
I mean, we kind of saw it 2 nights against the Spurs and the Sixers a little bit. A little 50-50 there.
Yeah, okay. All right. I was a little too
that got me back in. I was glad to see it because we hadn't.
Yeah, it's interesting because if everybody hard caps Luka, so this is what I'm thinking out loud. Highest total on the slate, a game that everybody wants to get to, but if everybody hard caps Luka at pick 2, so he's just going to be at pick 1 or pick 2 for everybody. So you're just RNGing that. And then if everybody hard caps LeBron as like, well, here's the tier break from the top guys to the next guys, you're just going to have Cade plus LeBron paired together all the time. And you're just going to have Luka at 2 teams all the time. So as nice as it is to get unique in quotations with your Joker teams tonight, I think it's more important to get unique with your Luka teams tonight because of the way ADP lines up.
Okay.
That's just kind of like my take on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I kind of have to force myself to get these LeBron Luka teams because I don't want it when I see it.
Right. Yeah, I don't necessarily want it when I see it either, and it's probably going to line up pretty easily. Yeah. Just making people mindful of the spots. Anybody else draftable on the Lakers?
No.
Okay, let's talk about Utah because we joked about it at the start of the season there that like Keynote was pushing Giannis levels of usage, and then it fell off a cliff for a while, and then it's come back in a big way in 2 decent matchups there with Memphis and with Dallas. Scoring's return and the usage rate is just out of this world, like top 10 in the NBA style good. And now you pull Lauri Markkanen out of the equation as well. You do get Nurk back in here this evening. Yeah, I don't think they do the Filipowski plus Nurk starting unit tonight, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe he's just goes in at the 4, but I think he serves better as a backup 5, but probably still not draftable in our game. I think it's kind of just Keynote or bust here, just given it's a 12-game slate.
Yeah. What did you say about Kyle? You don't think he starts?
I don't know, man.
He's starting. He's starting. Are you serious? Come on, man.
I don't like him at the 4. I mean, maybe they'll play him at the 4, but I think he's better as a 5 and backup 5 run and that sort of thing. And I like the spot better for him on whatever slate that was, Monday slate, I guess, where
right
he starts at the 5. Like, I don't like him beside Nurk.
I think that's a fair take, but like he's gonna start tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you think it'll be Keynote, Bailey, Filipowski, Nurk, and then probably Bryce Sensabaugh in the next spot?
Uh,
That sound right?
I was kind of thinking Collier, but maybe Sensabaugh.
Yeah. Oh, you think? Yeah, Collier's been playing well recently. They've been kind of hyping him too.
Those were my thought. My thought was.
Yeah, I think he'll probably just play like the backup one run, maybe a little bit of overlap with Keynote.
Yeah, I get it. I do like Keynote though a lot though. Just to make that abundantly clear, I am on Keynote, ready to go down with the ship. Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not, especially at this ADP, right? Like him, Michael Porter. Yeah, like you just like that is like the tier, you know? Yeah.
Let's rank this out for the people. I think it'd be very helpful. Let's rank this out. So on the screen, we have Kevin Durant, we have KPJ, we have Keontae George, we have Michael Porter Jr., we have Amen Thompson, and we have Kawhi Leonard on the screen right now. This is ADP's 19 through 23, 24-ish. Who's your favorite of this bunch?
I mean, it's like, I mean, my personal favorite is Michael Porter.
There you go. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Like, I want to put like KD like so low. Like, here's how I would rank it. Okay, MPJ, KPJ,
yeah,
Keynote.
Wow, yeah,
like KD, Amen, Kawhi, like,
right, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll play KPJ, then I'll play George. I'll probably play KD because of the ADP kind of like in this vicinity.
I know.
And then I'll play Michael Porter Jr., Kawhi, then Amen.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting exercise because that's a really tough range of the draft board. And I think like the hashtag models are going to tell you to jam Keontae George this evening.
I would think so. I haven't checked in a while, but I mean, Keontae George PRA is 36.5 right now.
Yeah. That's
pretty good.
36.5. That's 5 points better than the Kawhi PRA.
Damn. He's up to 31 now. They're down to 31 now.
I thought that's what you said earlier. That's what you said.
32.
Right? 32. Okay. So it's 4 points better than the Kawhi one.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting stuff. Yeah. Anything else to say? Jazz, Lakers, like, you know, Jackson Hayes give me stone cold chalk on redacted, but probably a bridge too far. It's a good spot for Nurk, but like never Nurk. I don't know. He's got some ceiling. What do you like? Anything else?
I don't, man. Nah, yeah. Too many games.
Yeah. This is actually a really fun night slate, guys. Like I was on record yesterday saying that I really liked this slate to be broken up as 8 and 4 for us and take Luka and Joker off the slate and play them as the night slate to keep it balanced. We're still going to get that on the night slate. But yeah, this night slate, if it starts at 6 p.m. my time, so 9 p.m. Eastern with the 4 games, like this is a really fun night slate with the Warriors, Suns. Let me go back here. Warriors, Suns, Lakers, Jazz, Magic, Nuggets, and then Kings and Blazers. That's a really fun 4-gamer. And then we could start getting to those auxiliary Jazz plays.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. We'll still probably, I haven't looked yet if we have a Dunking After Dark up yet, but I imagine we still get it as a 4-gamer, which will be good.
I also haven't checked.
Yeah. Okay, dude, let's keep moving here. Magic and Nuggets here, 7 by way of the Nuggets at home, a 235.5 at altitude for the Magic there. Desmond Bane returning to form in recent memory there. But the injury report stuff, Jonathan Isaac has a left hip contusion with a questionable tag, and Tristan Da Silva with a right shoulder has a questionable tag. The Magic are without a bunch of G Leaguers and then Jalen Suggs, and then both the Wagner brothers, more importantly, Franz. Mo has not played yet this year. And then on the Nuggets side, we saw the return of Julian Strother last game, but they are still without Christian Brown. They are still without Aaron Gordon. And then they have Q tags on Peyton Watson and an illness tag on Tim Hardaway Jr., which I did not see until just now. So, yeah, man, Nuggets might be kind of condensed this evening, 2 go every single draft, and then the Magic kind of condensed as well, and 2 go almost every draft. Bane going, I'd say 90% of the time there. Yeah, but thoughts on the ADPs in this one? We kind of just had the Joker versus Luka conversation where you and I are both kind of hedging it a little bit, but you think Luka should be the true 101 this evening. Yeah, thoughts kind of like beyond that with maybe the Jamal and the Paulo spots.
Yeah, I think Jamal and Paulo, and let's just throw Bane in there for good measure. All good picks tonight. And I think the reason all of these guys are good picks is just because like Suggs is out.
Sure.
Like Suggs being out, I think makes all these guys a good pick. Like for Jamal Murray, that's like one less tough defensive matchup off the floor, less usage taken up by Paulo and Bane. Paulo hasn't had a ceiling game since he's been back yet. Bane has, but he's super cheap tonight. Yeah, I think and Jokic, enough said. But these 3 I think are pretty good picks, and maybe are going a little overlooked right now. But I think the lack of Suggs makes all 3 of these guys like really, really fun angles tonight.
Yeah, that also being said, that Denver's had one of the worst defenses in all of basketball since the removal of Aaron Gordon and some of those other bodies from the lineup too. So they've been a sieve. So yeah. And nobody's really taking usage away from Jamal and from Joker because nobody else on their team can hit a shot. The Cam Johnson dream is so effing dead. And as I say that, he's going to play 42 minutes tonight and hit 10 threes for the first time ever. But I like the point there, dude. Since Paulo has been back, he's had that 28.7% usage to lead the team there. And then Suggs was the guy next up with a 26.8, and then Franz had a 26.7 in that same stretch. So the removal of Suggs and Franz from this unit, you see an uptick in Desmond Bane, who's at a 24. Then you see an uptick of Paulo, who's at 28.7 already. So yeah, I like this spot for both of them. Bane was my favorite 6th round click to start the day. I think he's going to get a little bit of steam the remainder of the day and kind of jump into the back end of the 5th round there. But yeah, these were some of my favorite clicks as well to start the day.
Yeah, I'm glad we were aligned there.
Anybody else draftable from this game? Like, can you do anything with Denver?
Trying to gal brain my way.
It's so sad. Look at this, man. He gets Houston, and obviously Houston's like a tougher matchup, but like 43 minutes against Houston in that overtime game, and Cam Johnson has 19 fantasy points. Like, it's just like, man, you were built to hit corner threes with Joker. Like, just knock them down.
No, I got nothing. The only thing I want to say, like, I'm just like still tilting from that Peyton Watson injury, dude. I should have like went crazy on that slate.
Oh, and you swapped to him?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, I really should have had a hell of a night there. Yeah, but neither here nor there.
Yeah, we turn the page and move on. Anyone on Orlando? Like, can you play like Anthony Black? Might have some overlap. Might even start this evening if Da Silva doesn't go. Probably not. But if Da Silva and Isaac don't go, this gets really condensed. Jet Howard would come into play on the redacted sites, and I'd love to watch that. It's Jet Howard night, but that's neither here nor there. Can you play Wendell Carter Jr. or Anthony Black in the last round?
I don't think so, but maybe Anthony Black if you forced me to play one of them.
Yeah, night slate only. Night slate only. All right, dude. Last game up. A lone game at the 10 p.m. Eastern time slot there. Blazers and Kings at 235.5. 9 by way of the Blazers at home here. Injury report on the Kings side. A bunch of G Leaguers listed out, and then Drew Eubanks is listed out. Zach LaVine and Sabonis are listed out. And then Dennis Schroeder has a Q tag. He had a Q tag coming into one of the previous games and then did not play through it. Reports are he's trending this evening is kind of what I've been hearing. And then on the Blazers side, no Scoot still, no Jrue Holiday still, which is unfortunate, man. He was playing really good ball, and now he's missed quite the extended amount of time now. And then no Dame Lillard, obviously, no Matisse Thybulle there, and no Blake Wesley. Yeah, man, Shaedon Sharpe commands all the usage in the world and has some nice box scores, and he's available in the last round. Denny Avdia is a 1-2 turn pick there, and then Russ goes in the last round. But outside of that, nothing else getting drafted here. Who are your favorites? Do you like these ADPs? Can we scroll for anybody else?
I didn't take any DeMar. Yeah, I'm probably not doing DeMar, but I think that's like a kind of interesting look.
Sure. Yeah.
Didn't do it though, as I've said, but did some Russ. Yeah, there you go. I thought Russ would have better props, but maybe that's just like time to take Russ in this spot here, just because he's not looking better than he could.
Yep.
I like Denny though. I have a lot of Denny, and really, I think like I don't know that I believe it, but like I think Shaedon Sharpe may be a better pick than Russ, but like I really like Shaedon Sharpe as well, man.
Yeah, I really like Sharpe, man. This is my hot take and I know I'm not the takesy guy, but the takes are not the thing that age the best when I get out my bag like this. But I think it's a 2-6 rounder slate, and I think doing like Sharpe and Bane, or like Russ and Sharpe, or Sharpe and or Russ and Bane, or some of these picks, and just omitting that tier 5, because the band of projection plus the ownership discount you're going to get, and you don't have to dip that far into the player pool to still find studs. Like maybe Melo plus Trey, maybe like if just pairing 2 6-rounders tonight in the 5-6 feels so effing good.
I fully agree, man. Yeah. I fully agree. That's going to be the way that I play this if I'm drafting and not autoing.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to mention here? Like Jeremy Grant's probably a bridge too far, but yeah, Klingon, Maxime, anything in the late rounds there, or night slate only?
Night slate only.
Yeah. Agreed, man. I'm going to give this a refresh because we just got the Q tag removed on Trey. Trey's going to make his, I don't know, maybe a month from now debut, or maybe it's been a month or so debut there. Still waiting on the AD news, and still waiting on the Cat / entirety of the Knicks news that will alter the slate. But yeah, dude, let's hop in a couple drafts and see what it looks like.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna I try to get out of here by the hour, top of the hour here.
Yeah, we're not gonna do any Thursday stuff today.
Got a Christmas party we're hosting this weekend.
Oh, look at you, man. Look at you.
Super fun. It'll be fun, but like, can't the boy just like have an evening to do some drafts?
Yeah. One day, man. One day. You're living full-fledged adulthood right now.
Yeah,
the travel life, then the visiting. Yeah, you've kind of been go. Visited your parents. Then we went to the dog bowl. Then your parents came to you. Yep. And now you're doing, I got you.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's the holiday season. In my Andy Williams voice. Yeah.
Man, it's really coming down outside right now. I'm watching this right now because so much was being made of the weather for Thursday night football. And when I walked Tucky's this morning, winds were
Tuckies.
howling. Winds were howling. I'm not gonna
You're
lie,
not used to that adverse weather, are you?
buddy. No. I will say it will probably get blown out of proportion at CenturyLink because, or whatever they call it, Lumen now. The field points north south, and the winds are moving north south right now, and they're not actually coming off the water, which is on the west coast side of the stadium, and that's what I was figuring out today while I was walking. And there is a little bit of overhang to those roofs, like, or to the roof, I guess, but like there's like a gap in the middle, but there's enough overhang that a lot of the rain gets blocked out. Yeah, so I think it's going to mitigate some of the effects. I wouldn't be like too scared tonight.
Interesting. Yeah, that's been the big talk right now.
Yeah, people are going crazy with it. I mean, I'd be more scared about the defenses on either side and the talent on either side and the divisional game on a short week without Devontae Adams, with Puka doing whatever he's doing and that sort of stuff. Like I'd be more scared about that stuff than the weather, I think.
I'm so mad, man. All my good teams have Devontae on them.
Same. Yeah, we looked at yours yesterday on, or I guess Tuesday's stream when I looked at my advancing stuff. Yeah, I got 3 BBMs and you got 1 BBM, and I think
nobody runs
3
better.
out of the 4 had Devontae.
Oh God.
Yeah, just so gross.
Awful
and it was
stuff.
it was like one off Devontae. Like it wasn't even like, it was just like, oh, we nailed running backs, we had contrarian quarterbacks. Like we didn't even need Stafford. We just needed like 16 points from Devontae tonight to matter. Yeah. Jalen getting pushed up here. Denny Avdia gets paired with SGA. Wemby going at 7. We have the AD conversation here. If we think he plays, and pair him with Luka. We could also do Scotty Bolway, aka Scotty Barnes. Who do you like?
Probably Steph. Let's just like play it safe on this one. I know you hate it, but like,
oh, thank God you made me click that button because I wasn't about to click it on my own. I was going to take, I think I like Scotty more than Steph tonight. And I think I would have taken AD if I wanted to do like the ceiling shot exercise.
Yeah, sorry. That would probably would have been fun. But I don't think AD plays, but that would have been fun.
Yeah, I don't think he plays either. We still get the opportunity to take Scotty here. So we get the Scotty pick back if we want it. Or we could take Jamal, or we could scroll. Who do you like?
Let's do Scotty and we'll scroll after.
Okay. I think kind of a fun, swap up your 1-0-1 combos tonight is just to pull Paolo up and get a little game correlation with your Joker teams. Like I kind of wish I got I mean, I could still get it, but like a Joker, Paolo, Jamal team seems interesting to me. Just play a little game correlation there.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get Bane to fall to 36 in some rooms, so maybe not there, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. But we're going to scroll at the 5th at the least.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get a little something cooking there. This is a pretty standardish chalk projection bros stuff going down right now.
Yeah, not like nothing crazy here.
Keynote won't make it back to us, but he'd kind of be like the preferred 4th rounder.
Yeah, literally just went, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of an end of a tier right now because like I think this tier should be capped off by Michael Porter Jr. I'm just kind of doing that from memory and looking at it. But yeah, I guess Kawhi's in that tier, Cat's in that tier. I'm not taking Cat. I don't think he plays. But
yeah, I pretty much have like Cat removed other than like 6th round if I feel like taking a swap because I don't think he plays.
Yeah. Well, I think Kawhi is kind of the pick here, but like I view it a little bit as a tier, but what do you think?
Kawhi?
Yeah. He could just have like the biggest 30%. Okay, let's do this. Let's fuck around.
Thank you.
Yeah, we won't take Kawhi. He could just absolutely have like the biggest 30 fantasy point performance ever, you know?
I just don't know how that game is competitive.
Right.
Like no James Harden, 17.5, like a Kawhi that they already kind of handling with like semi-kid gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have trouble with it.
Ooh, Trey at 25 now. The new Trey ADP. Kawhi's still here if we want it. I think we got to go scrolling, man. I got a plan here. What do you think about little Desmond Bane pulled up to the left side of the board in the 5th?
All right, yes, this is what we talked about.
Yeah, we're gonna get 3 5th rounders, aka 3 6th rounders, on the same team here. We're gonna do Flag. AD doesn't play. We're gonna do Desmond Bane because we like the spot, and he basically lives on the other side of the board, or he sometimes falls back to this left, but he's always going to be a 6th round pick. And then we're going to pair him with someone that doesn't get drafted all the time.
Yeah, this is what I will be, this is like the formula for me. It typically is on these big slates.
Yeah. I think if I just had to power rank out my favorite 6th rounders right now, I like Russ tonight. I like Sharp tonight. I like Durant tonight. I like Zoobs. I like Melo. I like Trey. I like Zion. Mark Dubb. Jaime Jaquez Jr. That's kind of like the end of the list for me, I think. And then we already took Bane.
Yeah, you don't like Castle at all?
I like him as a basketball player. I like the projection. I don't see the super right tail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he could give you, and he's very likely to give you 45 fantasy points tonight. I don't think that's enough to win on a 12-gamer with all these studs.
Yeah. I have more of an imagination.
Sure. I respect it. I guess J-Dub was in that conversation as well. Interesting to see the solvers projections. My first look at projections, they have Duran, then they have Castle as the highest projecting. So they have Castle projecting over Fox, which is something we talked about inadvertently. Russ is here. I was going to do Zion. That was kind of like the bro science thing I was going to do, but I'll hear you out on whoever you want.
No, I like Russ.
All right.
Is that scrolly enough?
Kind of. But we did some scrolling to put these 3 together, because how frequent is Flag, Bane, and Russ going to be on the same team? Like, not very, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first 3
I think we did enough.
Yeah. When pick'ems? Okay, now pick'ems. Maybe we'll just rapid fire something like that to close it out here. Yeah, I'm going to be drafting a bunch more of these this afternoon because this slate is really fun, and I think there's some really creative ways to get things working at the back end here. That's a Luka, Steph, Scotty Bolway, aka Scotty Barnes, Cooper Flag, Desmond Bain, Russell Westbrook team. Do not dupe us. All right, dude. So pick'em lobby stuff. People are clamoring to use these the unwraps. They're clamoring to use some of these boosts that are residing. Do you have any leans or any interest? Some of the stuff we talked about, even just using some of those 6th rounders we just talked about. Was there any spots that we kind of liked more than the field?
Not that would translate well into pick'ems, I don't think.
Okay, sure.
Maybe Zion.
Okay. Yeah, a little slider, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the market-based stuff right now on Unabated. Their projections aren't out yet. Another half an hour for their projections to be out. Maybe I'll circle back on something in the Unabated machine, but these are the market-based edges right now. Jose Alvarado showing some rebound equity. Bunch of steals, which are highly volatile. But this Jose Alvarado stuff is a little bit popping.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to NBA there. Let's go to Zion. Let's see here. We have PRA of 26.5. What would your number one attack angle be here, Nez?
I think PRA. That's typically how I play it. I would just do 30, 29.5.
Give it a little slide there.
Yeah.
Get it to a 119. And then anything else that was kind of jumping up for us? You liked Michael Porter Jr.?
I do, but like I said, I think pick'em lobby,
high.
I don't know that's the angle,
Yeah. Keontae?
Pretty well covered.
Yeah, well covered indeed. Who else do we like? Little Q tag on Jakob Pertl. Go back to my Sandro well.
I could see it. I don't hate that at all.
Might be a little high. Might be a tad high. Oh, dude. Can we just John up this pick'em real quick?
What does that mean?
Just for your boy one time.
Oh my God.
I'm scrolling the edges here, and the market-based edges are telling me there's a 9.3% edge on the higher TJ McConnell points.
All right. They're on TJ. Do Paulo points.
Oh, we're going more. All right.
Yeah.
Paulo points. Yep.
And then yeah.
That seems good. Do you want to take the Sandro one out and just play 3?
I think for the link, yeah, I'll take it out.
Yeah. I like this. Then you can play that profit boost, the old holiday underdog unwrap there. So we got Paulo points, soft as butter defense for him. A little boost on the Zion stuff because we think he starts and plays. I think it was bullish that he played 26 last time. And then TJ, because we are the boys. There we go. AZ Cards is all over doing only red stuff. He drafted a full red team in the baseball stuff yesterday.
Oh, really?
A little boost on the Mikal Bridges if everybody else starts. What do we got Bridges at? Okay. What can we get this up to? Where do we feel comfortable? 21.5?
All the way, man. Let's just play. Come on. Let's fucking do this.
Dude, I don't.
All the way.
Bridges got 28 in his bag tonight.
All the way.
All right. Bridges, points to the moon. Who else is scoring a bunch tonight? Should we play the Dallas AD is out angle and Flag scores a bunch?
That or Duran?
I think I prefer Flag, but that might just be recency bias. Let's see what Duran's got. Nah. Let's do the Flag slider.
Okay.
How high do you want to slide him? 20. 23.5.
Okay.
23.5. Little profit booster on there. This is a 40x slider. Oh, I got to use 3 to get that. Okay, so never mind. This is the super slider. 27x. Mikal Bridges, Cooper Flag. The Q tags break the right way. Yes, Mikel's never let us down. He's never let us down. Nez, anything that was piquing your interest for the football tonight? I mean, I got some. I'm not really interested in it, to be honest.
No, it's really, really tough to get to. I played the Davis pick'em because we ride with Davis.
What did he have on there? Like a backup tight end or something?
He had Shaheed 2.5 receptions. He had Blake Corum 8.5 rush attempts, both on the higher, and then Terrence Ferguson higher receiving yards.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I think Davis Allen's in play too. Yeah, the tight end. I don't have much confidence here. All right. We will ride with Davis. Davis is the pick'em for the day there. All right, Nez, let's highball on it, dude. Massive show. A lot more breakdown than drafts today, which is the opposite of the last two there. Yeah, good to have you back. Best of luck to everybody this evening. Off it on the clock. We'll be at the usual time tomorrow, breaking down the NFL slate. Anything else for the people?
No, shout out to you for holding it down, doing all the drafting. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for hanging out, and see you in the lobbies. See you tomorrow.
Perfect.
Almost Christmas, John.
Almost Christmas indeed. Yeah, I got to start shopping.
You haven't.
Just a reminder before we head out, Underdog Unwrapped. We're going to have a bunch of these pick'em specials dropping as you go, but only if you go out and retweet that one there. And then our friends over at Unabated, we were using the beautiful interface there. The projections are dropping in 15 minutes time here. Best hoops projections in the business right there. 20% off for the remainder of the season. Runs all the way through the NBA Finals, and we will have slates for all of it on our site till the bitter end there. So you're going to get your money's worth. For a lot of people, they say the basketball season doesn't start until after Christmas. The artificial start line, as Levitan likes to say there. So lots of time to get our hoop stuff in and get value out of that subscription. All right, Nez, everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace. See you guys tomorrow.